Hello everybody, Joe Werbick coming at you. Today we are going to talk about Social Security. We're just going to cover the basics. First off, we're going to get right into it. Social Security is not going broke. It's not going to go broke. So please, what I ask you to do is to make your decision based on facts and numbers, not on fear, okay? Just because your neighbor or your friend or your plumber said take it at 62, I want you to gather the information and make an informed decision. For the last 4 years, they have predicted that the trust fund would go negative, and they were wrong each and every year. But somehow, they can do the math and tell us that in 2034, which is still a decade and a half away, that the system's gonna go broke. Now, I'm not saying that there are funding issues. There are definitely funding issues, but I do not believe things are gonna go broke. What you should focus on is how can you make the most from this benefit? Because this is one of the greatest pensions you're offered. I know it says Social Security, but you put the money into this benefit. It's your money, so please don't think that it's somebody else's. Make the best decision you can possibly make. So let's talk about some of the great benefits of this pension. First off, COLA, cost of living adjustment. This is important to know because I'm telling you, your 401k, your IRA doesn't have a cost of living adjustment built into it. And let's talk about the averages. Now, Social Security has been around for over 80 years, and the average COLA, the average cost of living adjustment, has been about 2.6%. But there's an important distinction you have to realize. Before 1975, Congress, those guys, Congress had to vote on your raise. So they had to get together and decide how much you were going to get. After 1975, they used the CPIW, the Consumer Price for Urban Wage Earners Index. Now, since 1975, the cost of living adjustment has been significantly greater than it was before 1975. So when I run my calculations, I like to use about 2.6. For the past 40 plus years, it's actually been closer to 4%. So there is a cost of living adjustment, and all that means is as the cost of goods and services get higher, you get an increased income from Social Security. That is a great benefit. Number two, Social Security lasts how long? Your whole life. You get this benefit for your entire life. Is your 401k guaranteed to last your entire life? No. So be thinking about these things. This is why Social Security is so powerful. So how do they come up with your benefit? Well, they base it on two factors: the amount of earnings you've had and the age at which you apply. Now, you can't go back in time and change your earnings, but you do want to order your earnings report. So you do want to go online and you do want to get your Social Security report to make sure that the earnings are reported properly. If you do get your report and the earnings aren't reported, take that report down to your local office, show them, work your way up until you get to the person who will help you. Someone will help you, show them that you earn more money and you can fix that. So your past earnings are pretty much locked in stone unless, of course, there's a mistake. So you can't change your past earnings. But you have complete control over the age at which you apply for Social Security. It's up to you. You're never forced. Unfortunately, well over 50% of Americans take it before their full retirement age. Your full retirement age is different based on the year you were born. If you were born before 1954, your full retirement age is 66 years of age. If you were born between 1954 and 1960, your full retirement age will be 66 years and a number of months. And if you were born after 1960, then your full retirement age will be age 67. That is when you will receive 100% of your benefit. So let's talk about your benefit and how they calculate it. When you attain age 62, Social Security will take your highest 35 years of earnings to come up with your PIA. Very important, your PIA. It stands for primary insurance amount, but that's not something I want you to remember. What it means is the amount of money you will receive on a monthly basis at your full retirement age, your FRA. Your PIA, I'll say it one more time, it's important you understand what this is. The amount of money you'll receive on a monthly basis at your full retirement age, but there's one caveat in there. The PIA is in today's dollars. There's no COLA, there's no inflation added to that number. So if you ordered your statement and you're looking at your PIA, that amount of money will grow as you get closer to your full retirement age. So if you received your statement today and it says $2,000 and you're 60 years old, you have another 7 years worth of COLAs, and that $2,000 could get larger. So don't think that the number on your statement is what you are going to receive. It isn't. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What if you don't have 35 years of work history? Well, they're going to take 35 numbers. And if you only have 30 years or 25 years, that means they're going to put a big fat 0 in for those other numbers. And they're going to average those numbers together, and that 0 is going to bring down your average. So if you're thinking, should I retire? Should I get Social Security? Again, order your statement, count the number of years you have. If you have 32 or 33 years, you work a few more years, whatever you're earning now will replace that 0, and it will raise the value of your PIA. Very powerful, simple way to get more from Social Security. So you know your full retirement age, you know your PIA. Let's talk about what over half of the population does and why it's not a good idea. They take their benefit before their full retirement age. And if you do that, you could be saying to the Social Security Administration, I'm okay only receiving 70% of what I paid in. Think about that. You've worked your entire life. You've paid into the system each and every year, 100% of what you were supposed to pay in. Why in the world would you go to Social Security and say, you know what? I'm okay taking it early and you keep the other 30%. I'm good with 70% for the rest of my life. Please, that's not the best solution for you. It helps them and it hurts you, so you want to analyze this. So if you take it before your full retirement age, you could have a discount up to 70%. Every year you get closer to your full retirement age, that discount will get smaller, and then at your full retirement age, you will get 100% of your PIA. But there's more. If you push it beyond your full retirement age, the administration will give you an 8% compounded growth on your pension. Think about that. Is the stock market giving you 8%? Is the bank or the CDs? Is anybody guaranteeing you an 8% return? No. But Social Security says, look, if you wait a year beyond your full retirement age, we'll compound your growth from 100 to 108%. Plus, we'll throw in COLA. So if COLA was 2%, you could be looking at close to 110% just by waiting 1 year. You wait 2 years, it's 116%. 3 years, 124. The max you can push it off is to age 70, and you could get 132% plus cost of living. You could be looking at almost 140% pay increase for the rest of your life. And if you're married, and let's say you're the guy and you happen to pass first, you pass that bigger benefit over to your spouse. Now she gets that benefit. Isn't that great? I mean, you're talking about you're getting more money, and then when you pass on, your spouse gets more money. This is powerful. This is why you have to sit down with a qualified advisor and have them run the numbers for you. Because taking it early, you get a lot less. Pushing it off, you get a lot more. And I know what some of you are saying, Joe, what about this break even? Well, if we're just talking about single people, never been married, never divorced, no widows, you're just a single individual, we can discuss break even. And the break even means if you take the benefit early and you live beyond a certain age, you would have been better off waiting until that age. So basically, if you take it as 62 or 67, the break even is around 78 to 79 years of age. So if you think you're going to live beyond 79 years of age, it makes more sense for you to wait. And what does waiting do for you? It gives you an 8% return plus cost of living. I'm going to leave you with this, and maybe you don't know this, but this is important to understand. Social Security by itself is 100% tax-free. That's huge. Think about that. Social Security in and of itself with no other income is 100% tax-free. That's huge. But that's enough for today. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want to learn more, please make sure you subscribe. I'm looking forward to seeing you in future videos. Thank you very much for your time today, and I'll talk to you soon.